Welcome to Tweaks English. Today we are going to discuss about the most important MCQs from Tintern Abbey by William Wordsworth. It's one of the celebrated poem by William Wordsworth, but actually today we are not practicing the MCQs. It's as I have not given four alternatives or three alternatives. I'm just giving you the right answer so that we can complete the session within a very brief time frame. So let's proceed to the MCQs. Tintern Abbey was written by Wordsworth after a walking tour with his sister in the Wales borders. While he was walking near the Wales border, he wrote this poem. Who is the sister of Wordsworth, and during this journey, or during his visit to the Wales borders, he was accompanied by his sister Dorothy Wordsworth. She was also a celebrated writer. Next, the poem is written in tightly structured decasyllabic blank verse. Next, revisiting the natural beauty of the Wye after 5 years fills the poet with a sense of tranquil restoration. Next, my dearest friend, my dear friend. Here the poet's sorry, it should be apostrophe. The poet's dearest friend is here. The friend refers to his sister Dorothy Wordsworth. In the poem, it was the end of the poem, William Wordsworth addressed his sister Dorothy as my dearest friend, my dear friend, and she is the silent listener in this poem. The full title of the poem is, you should know what is the full title: Lines composed or written a few miles above Tintern Abbey on revisiting the banks of the Wye during a tour July 13, 1739. In this year, the lyrical ballads was published jointly by Coleridge and William Wordsworth, and this was 9 years after the French Revolution, and you can say the beginning of the Romantic era in English literature, Romantic literature, and in the lyrical ballad, there are 19 poems or poetical works. Next, how does the poet address the river Wye? Here the right answer is as Sylvan Wye. Next, why does the poet address the river Wye as Sylvan Wye? Because the river Wye flows through wooded hills. Next, the poet's spirit has often turned to the river to seek solace and inspiration from her. Next, by the expression fever of the world, the poet points to the excitement of the life on earth, especially in a city life, or the life in the din and bustle of a city life, has been addressed by poet as the fever of the world. Next, where is Tintern Abbey situated? The location of Tintern Abbey, adjacent to the village of Tintern. The name of the village is Tintern in Monmouthshire, on the Wales bank of the river Wye. Wales bank side of the river Wye, in the village of Tintern, the abbey is situated. Next, what is sycamore mentioned in the poem? Sycamore is a kind of tree with dark green leaves and thick shadows. It is famous for producing shadow. Next, what is an abbey? An abbey is a Catholic or Anglican monastery or convent. An abbey is a Catholic or Anglican monastery or convent, that's related with Christianity. What do you mean by aching joys? Excessive joys that cause pains, excessive joys, limitless joy, boundless joy that cause pains. In the poem Tintern Abbey, the expression coarser pleasures mean coarser pleasures. It means glad animal pleasures, excessive pleasures in nature without philosophic understanding. 16. The expression sad music of humanity denotes sad music of humanity, the pains and pangs suffered by human beings. Question number 17. What does the poet mean by the phrase dizzy raptures? Dizzy raptures, very important term. Dizzy raptures mean giddiness caused by ecstasy amid nature. What was Wordsworth's exhortation towards his sister Dorothy? To build friendship with nature, because nature never did betray. Nature never betrays to one who loves it, the heart that loved her. The first great mystical poem that Wordsworth wrote is the one we are discussing about. That's Tintern Abbey. It's the first mystical poem composed by William Wordsworth. Tintern Abbey, a brilliant epitome of Wordsworth's spiritual autobiography, appeared in the lyrical ballads. With other 18 poems. That means in total lyrical ballads, the book has 19 poems, Tintern Abbey, and other 18 poems. So it was not MCQ in nature. Today's analysis, this was the question number 20 was the last question for today's session, and actually, though I told you that I am discussing about MCQs, but these are short answer type questions. But basically, these are not MCQs in nature, because I have not given you the other options in order to shorten the length of the time or minimize, so that within a brief time frame one can re-revise and go through the questions I have mentioned here. So I think today's session will be helpful for you, and if you like this type of sessions, you can comment, and I will try my level best to give you more lessons from different topics of English language and literature. So thank you again for watching the video.